Hi folks, 2 videos in 2 days, wow. I'm just going to follow through on something that I said in the last video, which is that people are attracted to spectacle, and this is what accounts for a lot of popularity, particularly in a place like YouTube, and why it's difficult for someone like me. And this is not something I feel resentful about. I just analyze things like this and it just becomes further insight on the human condition, really, what most people are like. It's certainly not what I'm like, but it is what a lot of people are like, because people love to have their emotions stimulated. That's typically why we watch entertainment or read novels. We want to be stimulated emotionally. We want an emotional experience. Unfortunately, some people want to extend that into the realm of education. So they feel they're learning something, but really they're just entertaining themselves. It's not good to sort of confuse the two. So in terms of YouTube popularity, or even book selling popularity, there are 3 people on YouTube who have attained good popularity, and I look at their videos occasionally just to kind of keep up to date with what's going on. It's a kind of just curiosity that I have, but I usually make myself feel worse as a result. Anyway, let's talk about these 3 people. The first is a guy called VK Jahannam. I won't bother telling you how that's spelt. They always have weird names, don't they? But I'll link his channel down in the description if you want to check it out. He also goes by the name Vidian, and he introduces himself. He's sitting there with the full beard, and he says, "Hey everybody, it's your girl VK Jahannam." But I don't think he identifies as trans or anything. Anyway, whatever, right? But it's basically occult ritual for hire. That's what his MO is. You know, he'll do rituals, and you can pay him to do a ritual for you, you know. And he sits there like he has all this ancient wisdom, but you know, anybody can pick up a dusty old occult grimoire. This is the internet age, after all, right? Anything can pick up the Goetia, right? If Jason King's seeing this, he's going to like the fact that I didn't call it the Goetia, because it's Latin, and it's either the Goetia or the Goetia, right? It's not the Goetia. I haven't read it, but you can read it. You know, it's going to reflect the occultism of centuries past, which is kind of reflective of outdated Christian ideas. Full of demons with names and stuff like that. Imaginary things that aren't real. But yeah, you can read one of these books, you can pretend that you're communing with demons, and you can talk about it to other people like you're the master with the knowledge. And it gives sufficient spectacle to people that they throw money at you. That's what I'm getting at. And yet this guy, VK Jahannam, sits there sometimes with the shirt off, and you can see along his arms, both arms, are these reddish stripes, which are lots and lots of self-harm marks. And I know that for a fact because I asked him. So, no disrespect to anybody who has self-harmed, not making fun of anybody, but just a thought, you know, if someone's sitting there self-harming themselves, that might not be the sort of person that you want to elevate as some sort of teacher for your life. You know, some sort of life coach, or someone who can who's a picture of mental health. You know, so that's VK Jahannam. Very successful. I can't remember if he has I think he has a Patreon. Let me check this out just in case I'm wrong. Yeah, get this. He has a Patreon account with 254 patrons. giving him a total of, and it's in pounds because I'm in the UK, so it's been converted from dollars, £2,444 per month ritual for hire, right? So I'm doing the Patreon thing too, right? I've got 33 Patreons getting me £51 per month, right? Again, no resentment here, no resentment. This is just informing me about how people are motivated, and they're motivated by spectacle. They're not motivated by the quiet, careful search for truth, for the slow task and hard work of enriching consciousness in a very rational way. No, they don't want that. They want occult ritual for hire, right? So, it's telling us something about the human race, right? Not about everybody in it, but about the general morass of the human race. That's V.K. Johannem. The second one is a woman who refers to herself as Last Frontier Medium. And her name, real or imagined, it could be a pen name, is Melinda K. Lyons. Yeah, Melinda K. Lyons. She's got a couple of books out. They look really good actually in terms of the covers. One is called Demons and Familiars. The other is called Demon Dealer. And again, she puts herself forward as a medium. But I mean, I look at her on camera and she's just saturated with makeup. It's like, you know, to the point of looking like a doll almost. It's just incredible. So she's doing the whole glamour thing, you know. Well, fair enough, most women do. But the claims she makes, and the reason I came upon her channel was because occasionally I search for Anton LaVey on YouTube to see if any more interviews might turn up now and again, which sometimes happens. But she had put out a video, and in this video she claims to have essentially been raped by Anton LaVey, who has been dead since the late 1990s. But she was raped fairly recently by the ghost of Anton LaVey on the astral plane, or something to that effect, right? So it started off, there were actually conversations she'd had with Anton LaVey, but he ends up raping her as a ghost, right? She says that ghosts watch YouTube videos. Yeah, they've got nothing better to do than look over the shoulder of me when I'm watching YouTube. Unless, I assume that's what she means. They're not actually going into like the screen and actually, well, I don't know what she means. But apparently ghosts watch YouTube. What else has she said? Yeah, she claims to have spent, I think it's 1800 years in hell. Right? Now, if that had happened to me, I think I'd be kind of traumatized maybe, you know. I don't think I'd have a normal personality. Well, maybe she kind of doesn't have a normal personality. But she seems to be really together for a person who spent 1800 years in hell. Now, this is all nuts, isn't it? Obviously it's all nuts. What am I getting at? Well, here, she's super popular. Let's take a look. Her book, Demons and Familiars, has 96 ratings on Amazon. My book, iUniverse, it's been available for like 3 years now almost, hasn't it? Over 2 years. 8 ratings, 7 maybe, depending on what country you're in. But my book doesn't have spectacle, right? So, 96 ratings, and they're good ratings. Of course, there's a couple of people give it 1 out of 5. But the overall rating is 4.5 out of 5 for Demons and Familiars. Wow. So, I guess there's money to be made in promoting spectacle. You see what I mean? The third person, and this is a more shocking one, is a guy called E.A. Koetting. And it's spelt Koetting, another one of these strange names. Now, E.A. Koetting's I've been watching him on and off for probably a year or two, and he's kind of funny. He claims to be, you know, a black magician of some description, of some renown. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know, he thinks very highly of himself, and he has everything decorated behind him with weird green light and big massive pentagram on the wall and stuff like that. I mean, that's fine, that's an aesthetic, you can go for that sort of thing if you want. I've got my little strange things, well, you know what the Alien and Predator are, but I've got this curious looking vampire woman here, and I've got my little dragon here. You know, I do a little of this too. It's all just a bit of fun, but he's presenting himself and it looks almost like he's in a dungeon, and again, it's more sort of ritual for hire stuff. But he'll do a ritual on camera and he'll superimpose spooky music on it, you know, and it's all very dark and gloomy and sinister, and there's a carefully timed smoke bomb going off somewhere, you know. If there's a reality to black magic, that's not it, right? A smoke bomb going off, music, that's not it, right? So people love him. People absolutely love him, and they elevate him as this powerful sorcerer. And he's got books out like Melinda K. Lyons, and they're styled like these, you know, black covered occult grimoires with silver edge and everything. But here's the thing, there's a dark side now to all this. Recently, EA Koetting has been, I don't know if implicated is too strong a word, but there was a guy in London who went after a woman and killed her, and then he got caught. Now what has this got to do with EA Koetting? Well, this guy was a big fan of EA Koetting, and he had bought a couple of lottery tickets, and he'd made some kind of a pact with a demon to, I think it was to kill 5 women or something like that, and he would be granted riches or something to that effect. So he actually, it wasn't just a murder, it was a sacrifice. This man was sacrificing an innocent woman. Basically went out and looked for someone that he could kill and killed her. Big fan of EA Koetting, and was active in EA Koetting's forum. Now I don't know if EA Koetting ever advocated human sacrifice. I just don't know. But after this happened, he got completely cancelled from YouTube. Rightly or wrongly, I don't know. But it does show you that holding barmy beliefs, holding crazy beliefs, might actually just ruin your life and ruin the lives of other people. Lead you down a very dark place. Now you may say there must have been pre-existing mental illness there in that guy. Fair enough. But there's also a big responsibility on people who go online as these occult grifters, you know, extracting money from people by providing them with suitable spectacle and making a sort of career for themselves as these deceitful so-called teachers, you know. Yeah, dangerous. It's very sad actually that happened. But the main point I'm making in this video is not one so much about these teachers, because part of me is inclined to think, if you're stupid enough to throw money at these people, then you deserve what you get. In the sense that you deserve to have the wool pulled over your eyes and meander down the rabbit hole into Stupidville. You know, you deserve that. You should be smarter. And I suppose it's no different really, and this is getting onto my main point again about the state of the human race, and the way we are and the way we think. It's not really so is it really so different from just people who go to church, general people who go to church? Because what has happened there, for the most part, is that They just chose whatever religion was handed to them by virtue of wherever they were born. Now, you will meet occasionally a Christian intellectual who has thought the matter through and has come to the decision that it's right for them to be a Christian. That does happen. But most people are not like that. Most people just gravitate to whatever is handed to them. But things are kind of different now in the age of social media, where you can encounter a lot of things you never would have encountered in the past, right? So you come across some weird occult channel and something about it resonates with you, and it's stroking your emotions and it's stroking your ego, and you're thinking, oh, I could have power. And oh, look, I've found this thing that hardly anyone knows about, and now I'm in the know. Oh yes, I'll give you money. Tell me more of this. Tell me more about this. I'll give you money. Oh, can I actually have a conversation with you over email or maybe on camera? Oh yes, I'll pay you money. You could do a ritual for me and something good could happen in my life. Yes, I'll pay you money. These sort of rabbit holes didn't exist in the past for people to go down. You just had your local church, you know, which is a hell of a lot safer than what's going on now. And it also made me realize that it's so easy to be a cult leader these days. I mean, in the pre-internet age, you had to actually get out there in the real world and advertise yourself, and maybe stand up and start talking in public and try to attract people to you. But now all you got to do is set up a YouTube channel, make it look nice, provide suitable spectacle, spout suitable half-truths, and people will come and they will pay you. Right? So, cult of personality is so easy, and the weirder you make it, the better, as those examples have shown, particularly Last Frontier Medium. The more outrageous it is, the better. What could beat Raped on the Astral Plane by Anton LaVey? Can I think of something to beat that? So, it's a weird, wacky world, folks. And so few people are interested in rationality. You know? But that's okay. You can see there's nothing resentful. I'm not going, why aren't people coming to my channel? You know, it's like, it is what it is.